lain. Jadi panas ya.
Jangan.
Oh ya Tuhan. Ayo pakai lah.
Okay, are you ready?
Ya, kasih dia. Buka.
Buka. Ya, Pak.
Ready.
Okay, if you're ready, you may start your presentation.
Dah.
Assalamualaikum and good evening to our panel, Madam Tan and our supervisor, Madam Sharafina. Before we start our presentation, we would like to apologize both of you for having to change the presentation date what was set early. First, my name is Nur Afika Shamimi Aina binti Sadat and my group members Ayuni binti Mahdar and Nur Ezati binti Muhammad. We all from DDT 5S2 section June 2019. Today we would like to present about our proposal of our system, which is PKS Covaxin system.
Can you go back first? I want to see your title. What is your? I want to see three of you, your data, because I need to give you mark differently. Just not the slide. I think three of you. Okay, just go first, huh? Okay, Ayuni, Nur Izati, and also Nur Afika. Okay, thanks.
Today I would like to outline our introduction, problem statement, objective, scope, projection vision, literature review, methodology, reference, Gantt chart, cost planning, and conclusion. The project developed is the PKS Covaxin status system for polytechnic students. PKS is the place name of the project developed is the PKS Covaxin status system for the polytechnic student. PKS is the place name of an educational institution, Polytechnic Kuching Sarawak. In addition, Covaxin is combination of COVID and vaccine. We create abbreviation to be easy to pronounce and remember for all users. The system is to collect data such as name, identity card, phone number, type of injection received, and also the number of injections taken to facilitate PKS to take student vaccination data. In addition, through this system, the PKS security unit can simplify their work to check students' digital vaccination certificates before entering the polytechnic for the safety of all parties. The system can also provide instruction to constantly check, update, and confirm the vaccination status of students. Next, for the problem statement and objective, I will pass to Nur Izaki.
Okay, for the problem statement, first it's hard to collect data. The use of traditional method is quite difficult to collect student information. Lecturer may find it difficult to gather complete student information at the same time, such as student name, identity card, phone number, and home address. In addition, the problem faced by the lecturer and the register unit is that they cannot access the Student MySejahtera system to view information on the student vaccination status. Next is data reliability. When using traditional method, students only have to fill in their vaccination data. It is clear that the data entered has no evidence. After being vaccinated for the second time, a digital certificate will come out indicating that the student has been fully vaccinated. This method shows a person cannot be lie that he or she has been fully vaccinated. Last but not least, hard to find overall status. Unit Disaster unit find it difficult to obtain the overall vaccination status of student. The overall status is difficult to obtain without complete information such as type of vaccine, date of receipt of vaccine, place of vaccination, and time of vaccination. Next is objective. The first objective is update vaccination status. The system will update the vaccine status of students who have been completely vaccinated. Next is upload the vaccine certificate as proof. The system will provide a function for users to upload their certificate as complete proof of vaccination. Last but not least, display overall statistics by class and department. The system will generate overall statistics on whether students have received the vaccine or have not received the vaccine. Students will display by class and also by department. For the next point is scope. For this system, we have two parts of scope, which is system scope and user scope. For system scope, the user need to log in the system by using their own username and password. The system can collect all student vaccination information. This system can be accessed by admin, PA, student, and disaster unit. Last, the student vaccination status analysis and statistics can be viewed by all users without having login. Next is system user. System user have four users, which is student, academic advisor, which is PA, disaster unit, and admin. For student need to log in the system and also must to fill in vaccination information completely, and also need to update vaccination data, and also student must upload a screenshot of digital certificate of vaccination in the space provider. Next is for PA. PA need to log in into the system and also can view and check their vaccination status by individually or class. Third is disaster unit. The disaster unit need to log in to the system also, and disaster unit can calculate the per percentage of student vaccination statistic for the approval of student admission to the polytechnic. Last is admin. The admin must log in into the system and register user to log in into the system. For the next slide, I will pass to Ayuni.
For this slide, I will present about project significance. The advantage of our application is to facilitate Kuching Sarawak Polytechnic, which is PKS, to manage the vaccine status of Kuching Sarawak Polytechnic students and vaccine data analysis. Meanwhile, the system also facilitates PA and PKS disaster management unit to check the vaccination status of students who have received the vaccine. Therefore, the system can also store data securely. This system will display statistics based on each department in order to facilitate the PKS disaster unit management to calculate and analyze the data of students who have been vaccinated through statistics. Moreover, the validity of student data must be true, as such, the system will provide a function for students to upload their digital vaccination certificate as proof of vaccination. At the same time,
The system also saves users time and energy, because previously used traditional methods that were time-consuming and inefficient. Next is literature review. So we have three example systems that we use for literature review, which is traditional method, MySejahtera, and COVID Now. First, traditional method. The traditional method is a combination of WhatsApp and Google Form. PKS disaster management can only collect student data by using traditional methods such as collecting data in WhatsApp and in Google Form. Among the advantages of this traditional method is being able to contact students to correct incorrect data via calls or WhatsApp messages. In addition, students easily fill in the data to be sent to the PA via the provision of a link from a WhatsApp group message. Next, this method is free. It can enjoy the Google Form service for free. With this advantage, we don't have to waste money to buy apps or service like form creation because Google Forms are available for free. The disadvantage of this traditional method is that it is a waste of time. PA will have to wait for feedback from students to provide the request data. It could look a very long time to collect all the data from the student. Next, the variety of data is in doubt. Some students provide false information for their own benefit. Students must provide authentic data to facilitate supervisors to store data securely and accurately. Next, no editing history. Google Form has no edit history, which means you won't be able to see changes that have been made to the form. This is a bit annoying, especially when forms are held in terms where there are a lot of people who can edit forms. Next is MySejahtera system. The Malaysian government has developed the MySejahtera application to assist in monitoring the spread of COVID-19 pandemic in Malaysia. This application can help the Ministry of Health Malaysia (MOH) get initial information to take quick and effective actions. Among the advantages of MySejahtera is hotspot tracking. With hotspot tracking, it can track the COVID-19 hotspot area. Next, virtual health advice. We can get health advice online. Last but not least, additional and up-to-date information such as SOP of economic opening, current station of COVID-19, and highlight number of COVID-19. The disadvantage of MySejahtera is that this system is very private. It is inaccessible to anyone but yourself. In addition, the status should be constantly updated. This is so because it can be difficult for users as some users do not have time to update the system. Finally, it takes 24 hours to exchange information. The last system that we use for literature review is COVID Now. COVID Now is a website that displays vaccination progress by state. It displays fully vaccinated data, partial vaccination, and without vaccination. With that in place, authorities can see the percentage of vaccine intake across the state. Among its advantages, users can view statistics in more detail. In addition, users can find out the percentage of people who have taken the vaccine in each state. It also displays each type of vaccine given through a graph. The downside is not being able to see one's vaccine data. In the meantime, it only displays the overall statistic of state vaccination. Finally, users do not have a login method to fill in personal data. So to make it easy, we make conclusion for literature review in table. For the next slide, I will pass to Nur Afika.
Okay, this is our methodology. We choose the agile cycle because this model is a combination of interactive and incremental process models with a focus on process customization and customer satisfaction with fast-paced software product delivery. The agile method breaks down the product into small increments. In the past, we conducted a survey by interviewing Mrs. BB, one of the PKS student vaccine data management staff, about the difficulties they face when asking students to fill in their vaccination data at SPNP. Based on the response from the interviews, we were able to identify objective and problem statement for our system analysis. We analyze data for reference projects and design user interface. We carefully analyze the MySejahtera system and COVID now how to the system and app store data and display vaccination data for a person. Design for the database design, we design the database using the XAMPP application to store each student data throughout the day. For the interface design, we design an easy to use user interface for users who are new to this system. They can register an account. We must have interface in the mobile app in is login and register. For coding, this test is about writing code, converting design documentation into the actual software within the software development process. This stage is generally the longest as it's the backbone of the whole process. Testing. Once the system is developed, testing will be performed as planned. A test plan will be designed so that testing can be done once the system is developed. The test plan contains the procedures required to perform the test. Testing made by initiating the user for register to the system to be able to log and able to fill in the vaccination data of user. In maintenance, it involves maintenance if any issues are found after the sign off system to be fixed by the developers. Let's consider the objective problems that so that the project is our reference from
Sao ghi định đó là ghi định đó.
We already covered pandemic 15. We expect that we make our assignment following a week.
Oo.
Next. This is the table show that cost of hardware and software equipment that we use to build for the PKS vaccine status system.
the conclusion for our system can help the management of Kuching Sarawak Polytechnic. Also can help facilitate students, academic advisors, and disaster management unit. And lastly, can reduce the burden and energy of users or staff.
This all from us. Thank you.
Okay. The presentation. Can you show me your objective? Okay. Your project is regarding the this using system, not mobiles, not mobile apps.
Yes, madam.
Ya, madam.
Okay. If you use system, how are you going to make sure you can update the vaccine status very fast? Okay, you using system. My question here is, how are you going to make sure you can update the vaccine status very fast? Because you're using system, you need to open this one. Okay, you didn't using mobile. If mobile very fast, I think. Why you using system? Why you didn't? What I mean here is, why you didn't do application, not system? The mobile apps. What I mean is mobile apps lah, more faster.
The system will update the vaccine status of student. Macam ni maksudnya?
Did you get what I mean?
Ya, madam.
Can you repeat, madam?
Okay, I say your project, you do the regarding the you get the data. Okay, they get the student data regarding the vaccinations data. Okay, your project is a system. Okay, so my question is, how are you going to make sure you can update the data very fastly?
When student fully vaccine?
No, how are you going to make sure you can update the data very fast?
If student fill the information at the system, so it be automatic update.
Okay, this is the question. If students didn't fill in or didn't update themselves, you still cannot get the updated data. Understand what I mean? You still depend the student to update, to log in to update. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. So, because you know, students always delay, do their things delay. As yourself also, I asked you to upload just now. The report is still you also make delay. So what I mean here, how are you going to make sure the data update very fast? Very hard, I think. Because your objective is update vaccine status data. Maybe the title what I mean here is the sentence you can adjust lah. You don't just put update vaccine status data. What kind of data? Immediately or what or whatever. Accurately or whatever. Understand what I mean? Update vaccine status data. Then question what I mean here is by what? Okay. By keying not clear. Your objective is not clear. Understand? Update vaccine status data. Then blah blah blah. Suppose you need to not update vaccine status data. By who? By who? Then how? What I mean here is your objectives not clear. How are you going to update? What I mean here is you just mention update vaccine status data. By what? By key by the student or whatever. If you didn't sentence is not full. What I mean is sangkut, I have to sangkut here. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I told them yesterday to put the objective and problem statement in the specific way that they didn't
Yeah.
correct what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then this objective you have to make sure your objective you can measure.
Yeah.
How you want to measure to update vaccine status data? How? Upload the vaccine certificate as proof. How? Macam mana you make sure that you upload the vaccine certificate as proof?
Then you know certificate itu you boleh edit. You understand what I mean? You boleh edit then you upload. Then this is what I mean lah. Jangan letak macam tu, bahaya ayat tu. You boleh I know this is your objective. Mungkin you boleh olah ayat tu jadikan dia lebih spesifik dan senang diukur. Easy to be measure. Okay? Kalau macam ni susah nanti ke final luar tanya mesti dah kena. Understand lah? I mean, I know what you want. I know what you want to do, but you need to make sure this one can be measured. Sebenarnya nak pastikan vaksin certificate tu di upload tu as a proof. Then how are you going to make sure the certificate of vaccination itu betul, original? Kan boleh edit. Jadi upload sendiri macam tu kan bahaya. Maybe what I mean here is maybe this one you can have a link. What I mean here is have a link kat sini. Kan semua orang ada MySejahtera, so dia boleh link ke MySejahtera untuk check dia pun certificate vaccination. Ini lebih selamat supaya orang lain tak boleh what I mean edit pinjam edit dekat Adobe Photoshop. Then maybe here what I mean here is you can double confirm or you can double confirm certificate vaccination. You can do a link to the MySejahtera. Okay, dekat MySejahtera you dah boleh check dia pun certificate. Lebih selamat. Pak ini lebih selamat lah. Okay. Kalau you nak upload tu bahaya. Semua orang boleh upload. Gambar-gambar apa boleh upload. How you going to make sure yang upload tu vaccine pun certificate yang betul. Boleh. Maybe you just save lah. You link to there to get the data lah. What I mean here. You get the data of vaccination full certificate from MySejahtera pun apps. Clear?
Ya, madam.
Okay?
Soalan Madam Tan yang pertama tadi. Soalan Madam Tan yang pertama tadi, saya rasa you all tak clear. Madam Tan, saya ulang pada diorang. Soalan Madam Tan yang pertama tadi, how you want to make sure that the system user akan update sistem dengan cepat kalau guna web? Kenapa you guna web? Kenapa you tak guna mobile?
Ya.
Itu maksud Madam Tan.
Yes.
So sebab kalau guna web, dia perlu buka menggunakan laptop, menggunakan so kalau apps, kalau guna mobile app senang. After status settle, after vaksin, terus boleh update guna mobile. Montaknya akan balik dulu, buka laptop dulu. Akhir, lewat lah.
Yes.
Itu maksud
Dan semua orang ada MySejahtera. So di situ dia boleh terus klik MySejahtera untuk double check untuk yang kedua.
Okay, madam.
Kalau you dapat buat mobile apps is better lah sebab
sepatutnya mobile.
Yes. Sebab yang objektif 2 tu you boleh macam make confirmation benda ni through you pun klik link dekat MySejahtera. You pun apps dekat MySejahtera is better. Jadi bagus. Okay. Untuk yang objektif 2 lah. Dia pun ayat you cuba olah balik lah. Okay. Yang 3 display overall statistik. Okay, tak ada masalah. That one is clear lah. I know. Okay. My idea lah, I give you some idea. Just give you some idea lah sebab you put apps dan macam ni kan. So you pun boleh letak advice lah, letak help pun advice lah dalam you put apps. Kalau tidak you put apps cuma boleh update status. Lepas tu tengok status vaccination pun certificate dan tengok statistik saja. Why not dia pun boleh letak sikit maklumat tentang help put advice. Okay. Help put advice maksudnya ciri-ciri jaga diri lah untuk SOP ke apa boleh letak some lah sebab student kan this one for kan you can have this kind of information lah supaya you put apps nanti tak boring cuma boleh update boleh tengok jadi saja dah habis kan you can add another information lah supaya orang menjadikan apps kamu tu ada value more value lah selain daripada cek dia pun status dah second dose ke boleh letak sikit ciri-ciri jaga keselamatan lah SOP yang betul macam tu lah. SOP but you can put some healthy food advice lah. It's good for you supaya orang kata you put apps at least ada function lagi lah. Kalau saya tak guna sebab this one I know you do for COVID-19 but in future mungkin dah tak ada lagi kan so di situ mereka boleh guna lagi untuk cek dari segi health advice dari segi jaga kesihatan masih boleh digunakan pakai lagi lah kan stop dekat COVID-19 habis tak boleh guna lagi you put apps katakan. Okay, you can have some information lah. Okay, then okay, you put references you tak follow APA pun format. APA pun format ABC betul, ABC follow ABC betul, but sepatutnya yang second tu you kena indent sikit, masuk sikit. Okay, jadilah nanti kita kena orang makan. Okay.
Okay, madam.
Gancak kamu pun cuba tengok sangat ringkas. kakak akan panjang sikit lah requirement akan you buat interview saja.
And
Okay?
also no date.
Date kamu bila sampai bila sepatutnya. You boleh letak fix macam ni, tapi jadi si letaklah berapa hari kah, macam tu lah. Boleh?
Boleh, madam.
Kan untuk lebih detail lah, supaya actually Gantt itu, kenapa you kena buat Gantt? Why you need to do Gantt? Actually Gantt is to guide you. Okay, sekarang minggu berapa? Okay, sekarang week number 3 ya. Sepatutnya you dah siap interface lah. You tengok sekarang ada tak interface you dah siap? Ini bukan sekali letak saja. Okay, sekali letak dan interface ni week 3. Sekarang kita already week 3. Dan adakah week 3 ni you dah siap interface design kamu? Bukan, Gantt itu bukan setakat letak main-main letak minggu aja. No, this one actually is to guide you supaya you senang. Oh, sekarang week number 3 sepatutnya you pun project dah sampai interface design dah settle dah. Dan week 4 you dah boleh bangun guna BB dah set up database. Macam tu lah. I mean, bukan setakat just sampai objektif letak tadi. Okay? Baik?
Boleh, madam.
Detail lah sebab another hint for you to do Gantt, you kena check you pun what we call it, takvim project. Kan you follow your takvim project. Sepatutnya minggu ini apa yang berlaku. Bukan setakat you follow you pun metodologi you apply, okay, you apply agile tu betul, dan you kena follow you pun takvim project kamu untuk masukkan dalam Gantt kamu supaya you tally masa itu tally minggu week 3 you dah sampai mana. Okay? Boleh?
Boleh, madam.
Ya. So you kena check balik you pun objektif tu. Takut nanti you tak terbuat.
Ya, madam.
You objektif you bukan tak clear. I understand what you want to do, but cuma ayat tu you bagi dia nampak jelas dan senang you nak apply. Senang nak diukur. Nanti sampai hujung objektif you tercapai. Kalau you buat macam tu, takut objektif tak tercapai. Okay ya?
Clear, madam.
Itu saja kot dari saya. Saya bukan nak menyusahkan diorang, saya just want you to check objektif kamu sebab saya rasa nanti you susah nak capai ayat itu.
Oh, no, madam. Thank you, madam.
Itu sajalah check balik objektif.
Madam.
Okay.
Sorry, madam. Kau tertarik, madam. Menyusahkan, madam.
Tak ada, saya nak bantu.
Thank you, madam. Sorry, madam.
You check balik objektif tu, nanti takut nanti hujung-hujung you tak tercapai. Okay?
Okay, madam.
Dan senang, you faham, panel pun faham dan apa yang you nak buat capai. Make sure kan you buat objektif tu you boleh capai lah, jangan you buat sekali nanti tak tercapai. Bagi sampel aja. Okay?
Okay, madam.
So that's all for me. You pun Puan Sarafina?
Yes. Tak apa, saya dengan diorang forever.
Okay.
Madam Tan dah okey?
Yalah. Saya just bagi advice sajalah. Okay.
Alright.
Kita
Okay,
nampak apa
thank
you
you
nak
Madam
buat.
Tan.
Just
Thank you, madam.
okay ha? Oh, thank you. Okay, bye. All the best.
Thank you, madam.
Bye. Saya live lah. Saya live you boleh
Okay,
contact.
thank you.
Okay, bye.
You all jangan live lagi. Share balik slide tadi. Saya tak nak share. Saya tak nak cakap takut you all kena potong banyak mata.
Okay, madam.
Alright, satu saya cakap, please make sure this your problem statement specific. Saya dah cakap tu yang saya malas nak check banyak kali. Saya tahu dah awak memang tak ubah. Okay. Tengok kepada your metodologi pun sama. Tak ubah juga. Tengok metodologi.
Dah ubah, madam.
Alright. Metodologi. Atas lagi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, next. Alright. Serbian speaking of the staff CGS. Awak dah interview dia? Bila? Dah.
Dah, madam.
Dah, selesai.
Dah.
Okay, sekarang dia guna apa? Dia guna SPMP, right?
Hmm.
Dia ada bagi ke awak tak apa yang ada dalam SPMP tu?
Yang ada, yang bukan handle yang madam. Yang handle dia ada HTTP.
HTTP kena handle. Right. So, you have to interview HTTP lah. Kalau tak nak tak apa, saya tak ada masalah. Saya nak you nampak je untuk buat macam mana. Kalau you tak nak, it's okay. Saya tak ada masalah pun. Ha. And then you have to analysis the reference and analyze for reference project and design user interface. We carefully analyze the my software system and COVID now. Okay, you analysis about your literature review and interview question lah. We design the database using them. Okay, soalan yang Madam Tan tanya tadi about the apps, mobile apps. You all guna Kenapa you jawab you all guna web? You all memang develop mobile apps kan?
Menggunakan VB.
Oh, memang kita maulah VB, you all guna VB.net. Tapi VB.net tu tak, dia macam ni isu dia. Macam saya cakap tadi lah, kalau you guna apps, leceh lah student. You faham kan? Kalau you sendiri buka SPMT, kalau guna laptop, you rasa you lambat ke cepat you access? Nak buat apa-apa transaction guna laptop, you rasa lambat ke cepat?
Lambat.
Yes. Tapi kalau apa-apa apps, laju je kan. Rasa nak shopping, buka Shopee dalam handphone, terus ada, terus boleh shopping, terus habis duit. Betul. Kalau Shopee tu bukan dalam mobile apps, dalam hanya boleh tu nak buka guna browser, saya rasa lambat sikit habis duit. Duit awak dan juga duit saya. Ni setiap saat je mengalir duit. Saya pun tak tahulah kenapa, ada hantu ke apa dalam Shopee tu. Tahu asalnya lah. Sebab ialah saya rasa kita orang punya apps tu perlu guna apps, mobile apps. Musik soalan tu you all akan sentiasa repeatedly akan ditanya sehingga ke akhirnya pula, sehingga ke presentation yang terakhir. Sebab the comparison of your apps adalah MySejahtera. Sebab MySejahtera adalah mobile apps. So takkan you nak develop sistem yang lagi kurang spek daripada your literature review. Of course you kena develop yang lagi bagus kan. So you kena fikir benda tu. So saya sarankan you all guna mobile apps. You all create mobile apps. Alright. Okay, design. So yang tu lah, you terus cakap you guna Zen and then you create guna mobile apps. Okay, design the interface, design the system, design the apa lagi, function kan. Okay, next one.
Fika, next.
Alright, coding. Okay, coding ni cakap lah about tadi lah. You pakai coding apa? What is your IDE? You guna IDE apa untuk create your coding? Kalau sekarang you guna netbeans.net kan? VB.net. VB.net tu boleh create mobile apps tak? VB.net tu boleh jadi IDE untuk mobile apps sih. Saya rasa tak dapat. Saya rasa kena Android Studio. Saya rasa ramai je kawan-kawan awak yang guna Android Studio. Kan?
Dia pakai medium tapi laptop macam legend.
Memang pun bila you nak create that one, memang you perlukan laptop yang agak power sikit, sebab kalau tak memang akan menyebabkan your laptop akan crash. Tapi memang masalah utama untuk Android lah. Sama juga you kalau you belajar Android kan. Susah kalau tak ada laptop, kalau tak ada PC sendiri. Tentu kena usahalah sikit sebab bila you buat these apps, takkan nak guna web kan? Boleh guna web tapi bila kita akses web guna browser, guna handphone, dia tak user interface friendly kan. Dia mungkin akan besar, dia mungkin akan tak cantik lah. Tak macam mobile apps kan, dia terus cantik dalam satu screen kan. Okay. Nanti bincang yang tu lah.
Okay.
Alright. Sebab sekarang bila habis dengan proposal, you memang dah perlu proceed with your coding. Tak lama dah. Dalam 2-3 minggu dah kena present your first demo. Your first demo at least 30%. At least. Sepatutnya 50%. Your first demo. 50% complete. Okay?
Okay, madam.
Alright, and then testing. Testing kita akan test kita punya user lah. Boleh masuk ke tak, boleh guna ke tak, kita punya system and so on. Alright, and then maintenance lepas tu lah. The testing, you kena cerita dari segi unit testing. Ini cerita about apa, testing will be performed as planned. A test plan will be designed so that testing can be done once. Ni cerita about testing. You kena cerita tentang you all punya sistem. Testing by unit. Unit apa? Unit by user and so on. Sama juga dengan maintenance. Okay, next one. Yang ni pun sama, ikut format APA. Sepah-sepah saya tengok ni, copy paste je ni. Mana italic, mana boldnya. Next. Yes. APA format. APA format. You check balik macam mana APA format untuk penulis. Muka surat tu kat mana, apa yang italic. You italic apa ni? Kita biasanya tak silap saya italic tajuk, tak silap saya. You italic apa? Suka hati je italic apa-apa ni. Dia berbeza cara penulisan untuk jurnal, cara penulisan untuk buku, cara penulisan untuk website. Berbeza dia punya format. Dia kena check APA format version 6. Alright, next one. Okay, ni gancak tu sama, terlalu simple. Requirement interview, analysis subject to scope. Dia macam yang saya cakap. Detail lah sikit. Apa lagi yang ada dalam requirement awak selain daripada interview? Apa yang awak buat? Kita simple sangat tadi. Okay, lagi satu, ikut takwim macam Madam Tan catat. Proposal minggu ke berapa, apa yang ada dalam takwim you perlu selit juga dalam ni. Takwim, bila submit proposal, bila demo 1, bila demo 2. Lepas jumpa requirement, kita akan buat proposal macam tu. Okay, satu lagi. Alright, cuba you tengok you all punya gancak dengan agile tu. You tengok tak agile? Agile dia iterate, dia loop. Tengok you punya slide number 19. You tengok, dia sentiasa loop. Dia sentiasa iterate, dia berulang. Cuba you tengok you punya gancak. You nampak tak gancak you? Adakah dia pakai agile method? Gancak you ni kalau you tengok sekali lalu, gancak you ni pakai model apa?
Agile.
Are you sure agile macam ni? This is waterfall.
Buka chat.
Minggu pertama settle with requirement and analysis and then proceed with the design Bila dah selesai requirement analysis, start with design. Adakah you rasa you buat requirement tu, kalau you buat, sebab tu you kena bezakan untuk you pilih which proses model yang sesuai with your project. You tak boleh je terus-terus pick, terus-terus pilih je. Kalau you tengok your Gantt chart ni, habis requirement, habis analisis, you masuk kepada fasa design. Habis fasa design, you masuk fasa coding, means that masa you buat coding, you dah tak cari dah requirement untuk tempat lain. Maksudnya you memang habiskan kat situ. Berbeza dengan agile kita sentiasa iterate, akan sentiasa berulang. Agile ni bila you masuk fasa planning, contoh, dia akan buat untuk pelajar. Dia akan buat fasa requirements, design, analysis, implementation and so on untuk function pelajar sahaja. Bila habis untuk pelajar, dia akan buat semua. Requirement, analysis, design, coding, testing. Bila habis untuk fasa pelajar, dia akan iterate, dia akan ulang balik requirement, analysis, design, coding, testing untuk next function. Contoh function untuk